We're all talking about the full amazing life Jesus promises us in our series, Start the Party. We're talking about the type of party that celebrates, serves, or enjoys others in a way that adds value to life. When we start the party, we get to experience the full life that God promises. One that's more than we expect and has more adventure, excitement, and purpose. Now, Jesus was basically the king of party starting. He constantly welcomed others to be a part of it so that they could experience a full life through their faith. The way he lived started parties for others. Jesus' life was the party. A lot of us might hear that and think, well, that's great, but that was Jesus. How could I ever start a party like him? We might feel like we can't influence people like Jesus did, especially in middle school. I know I felt that way. Maybe right now you don't think you have any influences on the world around you. You're just one student in one small part of the world. Could you really have anything to offer to make a difference in other people's lives? Or maybe you feel totally invisible, like no one even notices or sees you. So why would you care about starting the party for others if no one seems to care for you? Why should you worry about your choices and behaviors if no one's really looking at what you do? Maybe you feel like you won't be able to influence people until you're older and can make more decisions for yourself, because most things are decided for you right now. You don't feel like you can really just start a party on your own. Or maybe you've never thought about it that much. If you're honest, you aren't thinking a lot about the way that you live or how your life might impact those around you. Whatever the reason may be, it can be easy to feel like we don't have what it takes to be a party starter, that we don't have any impact on the world around us. But what if we're wrong about that? What if the way that we live, the choices that we make, the words that we say, the influences that we have really do matter? What if you really do have what it takes to be a party starter? Well, Matthew was one of Jesus' 12 disciples. And he was with Jesus, lived alongside him, and saw Jesus' ministry and teachings firsthand. On the Sermon on the Mount, disciples and crowds came to hear Jesus talk about what it means to live a life that honors God and how to start the party with their lives and their faith. Jesus said, "You are the light of the world, like a city on a hilltop that cannot be hidden. No one lights a lamp and then puts it under a basket. Instead, a lamp is placed on a stand and gives light to everyone in the house." In Jesus' day, many cities and towns were built on hillsides or hilltops so travelers could see them from far away. Lights made it easy to spot distance in the dark. Jesus used the idea of a lamp to help explain that the light wouldn't be covered in a dark room. Jesus said that we are the light of the world, meant to shine God's love to those around us. In the same way, let your good deeds shine out for all to see. Our words, actions, gifts, and influence points to God's love at the work in the world, so it changes how we see ourselves and how we live. A party starter lives like others are watching. We're never going to get it right all of the time, but being a party starter means we use what we have to help others see the work God's Spirit is already doing. We're shining a light on the good things we do, but on the good God is already doing. A party starter lives a life like others are watching. Here's what I love about this. No matter how much influence we think we have or don't have, Jesus reminds us that we have a purpose to be a light, to use our lives, our talents, our abilities to point others to God, to be a party starter who lives like others are watching. So how can you live in a way that shines a light to the world around you? Here are two questions I want you to think about. Where do you have influence? And where do you spend a lot of your time? While you might not be feeling like you have a ton of influence right now, I promise you that you do. Even if it's just the one person, you have what it takes to start the party for them. How can you be a light? What would it look like to use the influence that you have to be a light? How can you use your words, your actions, your choices, your time, your gifts to shine a light into this world? Remember, God's not asking you to be perfect. We're invited to the party just as we are to experience life. That's more than we could ever ask for or imagine. Even if you aren't following Jesus with your life, or you're new to this faith stuff, I want to encourage you to look for ways in your life that you can be a light. You can use your influence for good no matter what. You can too be a party starter. Remember, a party starter lives life like other people are watching. A party starter uses their influence to shine a light on God's work in the world. And that's what I hope all of us will choose to do this week.